Good morning. This is Chris from Tamebay, and welcome to our webinar, Selling in France. I'm delighted to be joined today by Sixten Romley, who is in the marketplace exec team at Cdiscount and manages the business focused on the technical product categories. In the webinar today, we'll be looking at the French e-commerce market and the difference between French and UK consumers, and also the opportunities that Cdiscount has to offer. I'm sure that during the webinar, you're likely to have some questions. And in the control panel, you'll see a question tab where you have the ability to submit any questions that you have. Please feel free to do so. And at the end of the webinar, we'll run through and answer as many of your questions as we've got time for. If you have any questions afterwards, please do free to email us. We'll give you contact details at the end of the webinar. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Sixty. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for this opportunity to discuss with all of you today and discuss about the French e-commerce market. Thank you again to our partner Tamebay for this opportunity. I hope everyone is safe. I'm glad to be discussing about this thrilling topic today. I will present a few slides, but I'd like to ask something to everyone around this virtual table. Please don't hesitate to make it as live as possible to react to the content I'll share with you. Don't hesitate also to reach out to me on LinkedIn afterwards to use the feed for questions. And let me start with a very quick and clear presentation of who I am. So I do work for Cdiscount. It's been 4 years now for Cdiscount Marketplace, and my day-to-day focus is to take care of our third-party merchants. So let's start with a few slides about the French e-commerce market. I imagine that most of you are familiar with the UK market. And let me quickly start with the main differences when it comes to France. The markets are of similar size in terms of number of consumers, but different. The main differences rely on consumers. First, they are younger and less willing to spend online. This is the first important point topic to bear in mind. And second one is that our consumers in France have an absolutely different approach to delivery, with pickup points being 24% of the total amount of orders. So it's a very specific delivery mode that is used in France. And I would say that's very much important, and we'll discuss it later on. When it comes to growth, we're still on a double-digit market, which is strong for European standards. It's maybe less strong for emerging markets, for instance, but this growth is currently slowing down, converging toward a plus 10%. Which is still a double-digit growth, but yeah, growth is slowing down progressively. Now, when it comes to the French market, still, if this growth is slowing, converging towards a plus 10%, it still represents a tremendous opportunity. First, because good news, everyone. In 2019, the total sales amount was estimated to more than 100 billion euro, half of it being made on products and the other half on services. So good news, there's a lot of business potential for all of us in this virtual room. And second, very important point to bear in mind, that it is currently ranked third European market. So if you ever wonder about choosing the right entry point to the European market, you might actually want to start with France. It's an interesting candidate to then sell across Europe. Now, within this market, there are two clear multi-specialist leaders that take over more than 25% of the market. And this is a very interesting difference between France and most of the other European markets. So over the past years, we managed to deepen the gap versus other French competitors. But still, there is still a lot to be done. We already a lot have evolved since the launch of our marketplace 10 years ago, but there's still a lot to be done and progress to be made. Just to follow up with this short introduction, it brings me to who we Cdiscount are from a market standpoint, and I thought that there would not be a clearer presentation than this overview of our website. And it is a place aimed at meeting offer and demand on a wide scale on basically every new market we operate, from products to services. So I can imagine that in this virtual room, there are three categories of people. There are the ones that do not know us at all. There are the ones that do have, let's say, an old vision of Cdiscount, and the ones that do work with us on a daily basis. So for the first ones who might not know Cdiscount at all, this slide is for you. We are the largest French e-commerce market. We've been created 20 years ago, and with a constant development strategy across categories. Now, from 2012 onwards, for the ones that might have an old vision of Cdiscount, and by old I mean not have updated your vision for, let's say, a couple of years. Now, this slide is for you. Since the launch of our marketplace 10 years ago, it has been all about innovation on various areas. First, customer data. You all know that this is core for the development, the market development. Second, the innovation about European development, and we will discuss this later on. Third, innovation about services. On Cdiscount, we currently today provide our consumers with more than 70 million different products, but we've been diversifying across services, from energy to travel and everything related to this type of day-to-day services that we can provide to our consumer. And last but not least, multi-channel development. Since our brand Cdiscount is present in many physical shops across France. For the ones that do already know us very well and belong to our ecosystem and are part of our adventure, we are happy to share our main achievements in terms of GMV, in terms of traffic, in terms of products, and more importantly, in terms of resources, because it's been huge growth over the last 10 years. And we keep on improving ourselves every day, and we need our partner to keep on doing so. So in terms of GMV, Cdiscount is now more than 4 billion euros. In terms of traffic, we multiplied the traffic and reached out the level of 20 million unique visitors per month. It's about 1/3 of the French population every month visiting our website. In terms of product, I already told you, we are offering more than 70 million different products, and we are creating new products at the speed of 1 additional million products every week. And it's been done mostly thanks to our engineers working on the platform. We multiply by 10 the number of resources. So that's what I told you previously. Our current positioning and our current relationship with our partners are evolving in the right direction and evolving quite quickly since the last 10 years. So now that presentation are done, let me give you some insights about the French e-commerce market. And we saw previously that the French opportunity in terms of e-commerce is tremendous. Now, the way we size it at Cdiscount relies mostly on diversity. First, diversity of partners. These are some of the partners we are working with on a daily basis. You might know some of them, maybe most of them, Pioneer, Leanworks, Channel Advisors, companies like that. But also, we are sizing this tremendous opportunity relying on the diversity of our marketplace merchants. Our 12,000 merchants have understood the magnitude of the opportunity, and we are very proud to connect the French consumer with so many foreign merchants. They come from 70 different countries. So it's key to support these merchants on a day-to-day basis in order to provide, in the end, it's quite simple to say so, but it's kind of a challenge to achieve to do so, to provide the broadest product and service offering to our consumers. And it brings me to push a bit further this who we are part of my presentation. And if I had to sum it up in one sentence, I wish I had written it even bigger. Our philosophy is the following. We are an entire organization that is dedicated to our merchants, from sales teams, from support teams to answer any type of questions, organizing webinars, tutorial and things, tools like that. And even an internal agency made of e-commerce experts that we have been created a few years ago, and that help our merchants on a daily basis to implement marketing tools. Now, going a bit more into figures, in 2018, we overcame the €1 billion GMV, and it's a very strong symbol for our platform to reach this level. But more importantly, in 2019, it was all about growth. We all know as entrepreneurs how difficult it is to generate the first €1,000. So we've been very proud to have generated more than an average €100,000 per merchant. And moving forward to 2020 and 2021, there's a very good news. The marketplace model will be even more predominant in our entire business. So that these are some good news that I wanted to share with you today. Now, it brings me to go a bit further in how it works and how to succeed and how to size this opportunity. It's all going to be back to basics, but sometimes it's a good idea to do so, and it's a good idea to do so at this very key moment of the shopping season. Because, you know, I've been in e-commerce for many years now, and a lot has changed. Everything basically has changed in e-commerce except these 4 basics. These basics are our day-to-day priority, my day-to-day priorities, my team's day-to-day priorities, and I really hope that they are used too. So let's start. Let's start with products. Products, because in the end, it's all about products. It's all about making customers touching your products with their eyes. This is a fundamental basis on which then you could build customer trust. marketing efficiency, delivery advantage. And about product. The product presentation, and again, we do provide 70 million different products on the website. It is the equivalent of the handshake in physical retail. This is the unique opportunity to be kind to your customers. And whenever a customer is visiting your product presentation, it's a unique opportunity. So don't miss it. And there are 4 basics. The first is precise and clear product name. It's very simple, that's for sure. But you can't even imagine how many people, how many consumers are calling our services every day because they are not very sure of what they're about to buy. I'm focused on technical good categories. It makes it very easy to explain to the consumer what he's about to buy. But in other categories, it's even more important. Second important point is description. It's not just for the consumer, it's also about SEO. We need together to think about SEO. We need together to help search engines in doing their job. We need to feed them. Then comes price. E-commerce makes it easy to compare. It's easier and easier every day to compare prices. So it is, and it will remain a fundamental criteria. And then finally, rich content. And about rich content, I like to share the one example that I like. It's a real example. It's the example of this paddleboard merchant that I know, and I was discussing on the phone with him last summer, and he was experiencing a significant increase in his sales volume, but with one clear step from one day to another. And so we were discussing, and I was asking him, like, how did this happen? Why? Do you know the reason for that? And we figured out together that the very simple, basic reason was that he had included in his product presentation a simple picture of this paddleboard, absolutely cut in 2 different parts, so that the consumer will see and figure out what it is made of inside. Sometimes it's not always the case, but sometimes it's as easy as that. Now that we discussed about product, about the basic, let's discuss a bit about customer trust and the importance of having supporters. And my message is very clear on that. Let's try to leverage your customer base as an asset, because customer ratings are the unique value proposition of e-commerce versus physical retail. And in the end, it's all about customer satisfaction. So we all need to be true and long-term oriented with these customers. And I'd like to share very simple statistics that show that it's all about trust. It's a matter of trust. It's a recent survey that we've been conducting at Cdiscount that showed that 68% of consumers are more willing to buy a product with both positive and negative ratings. For sure, everyone in this virtual room would rather pay 100% positive ratings, but this is not life. And whenever you get a negative rating, it is also a unique opportunity to reply and reassure not only the consumer, but the entire community about your service level, about the way that you worry about consumer satisfaction through a privileged and an authentic channel with your customer base. So this is the reason why at Cdiscount we developed, and we will keep on developing so, means to help you in gaining these precious ratings, because we know that in the end It's all about loyalty. It's all about customer trust and customer satisfaction. And about loyalty, we'll discuss it further on and deep dive a bit on this topic. It now brings me to marketing, to meeting the demand once you have something very interesting to tell to the consumers. And the starting point are two very important figures again. The first one is about loyalty, and then we'll discuss about understanding precisely the customer journey. About loyalty, this is the end goal, our end goal, and our marketplace merchant end goal. Why? Because it's all about repeat purchase. It's all about being able to create dedicated moments for consumers to find what they're seeking and know that they will find what they are seeking. So I'm happy to share with you these figures. We currently have 2 million members in our loyalty program. This number is constantly growing, and it's very important for everyone because 1/3 of the orders are placed by these 2 million members. And they are purchasing much more frequently on a yearly basis. This was about loyalty. Now going to understanding the customer journey. I'll share with you this figure, not only because you probably know this figure, but it's always good to remind it and to quantify clearly the facts. And I'll share it with you because I'm pretty sure that it is a similar number on every marketplace. Search is everything. Search is the entry point to everything on our website. 60% of our business is made through the search engine. So yes, for sure, our website homepage that I showed you previously is very much important. Again, it receives more than 20 million different visitors per month. But don't miss the search engine opportunity. And it brings me to go a bit deeper in the way it works. How to take advantage of this search engine opportunity. And again, I'll share it with you because it's quite universal. It works on a three-step approach. And really, these are the 3 steps we need to focus on and with the right order. So the first one is organic. It's all about rich content. We already discussed it. The more you provide objective criteria for the customer to choose, the more the search engine will focus on your products. Second step, very important, and this is a step you need to build up when organic is okay, is to align with the platform strategy in order to provide, in the end, the best service to the customers. So, for instance, we at Cdiscount decided to boost the orders that are delivered through our Cdiscount fulfillment service. And why that? Because we know exactly what will be the customer satisfaction in terms of delivery. And this is a core topic, and we will discuss delivery later on. Then, not only when organic and boost are okay, you can focus on investing in marketing. And for this, to this point, we, for instance, have developed a couple of years ago now a self-serve platform to bid and monitor on a real-time basis the performance of the campaigns. It's called Cast. It is very simple, very user-friendly, and it even enables our merchants to manage their Google Shopping campaigns or other marketing tools that are external to our platform. It's very interesting. So finally, we come to the most important. I will finish with this topic, delivery. And why it is so important to me? Because first of all, as I already said, it's central to customer satisfaction. And second, because this is what we, as a platform, can best offer to complement the broad product offer of our marketplace merchants. It is the perfect match. So a bit more detail about our logistics. Before we share a short video that will show what it is, how it is in within our warehouses. First, collection points. We already discussed it, and we already discussed about the importance of this delivery mode in France. We reached critical size on a very much used delivery mode in France. We are able to provide, through our fulfillment service, access to 22, and this slide is a bit overdated because currently we have 24,000 different collection points across the entire territory. It's very important. And second, very interesting message is about innovation. We are focused on an open innovation strategy for a couple of years now through many partners in order to provide in the end the best service to our customers. So a good illustration is how we tackled the challenge of serving day plus one our customers in rural areas. Because with fulfillment, we are able to provide, to deliver on the same day for the 7 biggest cities in France, and on day plus one in the entire territory. Specifically in rural areas, we built up and developed a partnership with a startup called Agricolis, leveraging farmers network. It's an average 500 euro additional monthly revenues for them, and they help us in return to provide a very strong delivery promise for our customers. I now try to share with you a short video that shows how it is in our network warehouses. Okay, I hope you liked it. So going back to the presentation, I hope everyone sees the slides and can hear me again. Switch to yes. You understood it. Cdiscount aims at going beyond connecting merchants with customers. Our marketplace therefore proposes a fulfillment service, which basically consists in affordable warehousing and fast shipping to end customers. This service is an absolutely core pillar of our growth strategy. In average, over the past year, it helped to generate an increase of plus 80% in sales volume for the merchants that have been subscribing to the service. But it's not just a logistic service. It provides so many competitive advantage. And to be honest, with specific examples, I've experienced way bigger increases in sales volume. Why? Because first of all, yes, we discussed about being able to deliver fast, being able to leverage the 24,000 collection point network, but it's also a unique access
Sorry
to
to
our
jump in,
most
60. Sorry to jump in. You just need to switch your screen back to presentation from the video, please.
Let me check. Can you see it?
I think you're still showing video player.
No problem. No problem. Thank you for the message. So yeah, it's an absolutely core pillar for our growth strategy for two reasons. The first one is, yes, powerful shipment methods. But second one is access to our most loyal customers. For instance, on our homepage, in the top positions on our using our search engine, all the offers shown to our customer will be delivered through the fulfillment service. Because whenever we take the decision to show a deal, a specific offer on the homepage that is again visited by 1/3 of the French population every month, we need to be 100% sure of the quantity we have, of the satisfaction of our customers. And it's also in a lot of situations way cheaper for our marketplace merchants to subscribe to the service and then focus on the core business, which is products, price. But also, this delivery service is a unique way to access to additional demand across Europe, enabling international connections with other countries, with other websites. So it's already live with a significant part of our merchants, and it's very simple. It's one click in your back office. It's for free versus national rates, meaning no additional charge. And it's a single storage, which makes it very easy to manage the upstream transport. So yeah, that's the end of my presentation. I hope that everyone around this table learned useful and actionable information on a daily basis. For those who want to know more about us, don't hesitate to visit our website, marketplace.cdiscount.com. For those who, I see some questions popping, and we will discuss these questions. For those who have questions regarding their own activity, don't hesitate to reach out to me on LinkedIn. And now I'll hand it over to you, Chris, and go a bit more into a discussion format. Thanks again for your attention.
Thank you so much for your time today. It's been absolutely fascinating. And yes, indeed, we do have some questions coming in. But the first question I'd like to go to is obviously the world has changed this year with the global pandemic. So what's been the biggest impact of the coronavirus for Cdiscount? Has it been positive or negative? Has it helped sales, grown sales? What have you been doing for customers?
Okay, very, very good question. So two different answers to this question. On the big picture, it has been a huge opportunity for Cdiscount in terms of business, but it's been a huge challenge for us too, as a company, as it is for everyone in every country. So from an internal standpoint, it's been a huge challenge for the employees to set up the remote work. We're doing it on a daily basis now, but this is not something we were used to a few months ago. Second internal challenge, we had to set up the appropriate sanitary conditions to keep on operating. It's been a lot of work on the side of our logistic teams, but this is something that has completely changed the way our company works, but we managed to do so. So this is a good news. Then on an external standpoint, as I told you, we benefited of more and more traffic because less people in physical shops, because of some bad buzz that some of our competitors faced in France. So it has also been a unique opportunity for us to let's say, to progress and try to set up any kind of lever to help and support our partners that were, let's say, less lucky than Cdiscount in this very strange situation.
Excellent. So it sounds like it's been a busy time, and we're also coming up to the busiest time of year as well. So I've got a question around Black Friday. It's obviously a huge event in the US, and it's migrated to the UK. Is it a big event in France as much as it is in other parts of the world?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Going straight to the point, this is something that is huge, and I'll share with you a few figures, but it's also something that is a focus in terms of preparation of my teams. It started a few weeks ago. Everyone is focusing on this day. We are 57 days there are 57 days to go to Black Friday. And to share with you some insight about last year. Last year was crazy. During very specific hours, we broke the record of 2.7 million visitors on a single hour. Roughly speaking, for the entire day, it was like more than 10 million unique visitors on the very D-Day. So it's huge. And it requires preparation.
That's good to know. So it looks like it'll be even busier this year. So I've got a question from Paul, which is especially relevant because we've got Brexit coming up, which is what to advise about warehousing products in France. Would you say it's better for a merchant to warehouse with you or fulfill from the UK, especially when they're getting started on Cdiscount?
So I'm not sure I got the question. Is your question about like what would be the advantage of providing of using the fulfillment service for a UK merchant?
Yeah, I mean, would you advise people to fulfill products from the UK or to use Cdiscount fulfillment services?
Okay, so two different answers on that. First one, if we are dealing with not so big volumes, it might not be interesting to ship a large quantity of stock within our warehouse. You would probably want to start with your own the shipping capacity so that you can figure out a bit what the volumes can be. But then I would quite quickly try to go towards this objective. Whenever you are selling a runner that has big volumes and significant, sufficient volumes for the French market, again, you know you have an interesting product, you know you have an interesting price. The only things you need to build up in order to multiply by X% your business is to shorten the delivery time. So I don't know if the person asking the question is able to deliver on the same day, but this is a tremendous difference for French customers. So I would strongly recommend to, in the end, set up the connection with our fulfillment service and give it a try in order to experience the power of this tool.
Excellent.
We are also working with carriers to help our merchants ship their products to our warehouses.
Good to know. So if someone's looking to start using you for fulfillment in France, then they should contact you to find out about carrier help. That's brilliant. And while we're talking about special help that you can get in special carrier deals, got a question from Pedro, which, do you have any special deals? He's saying, have you got any fee discounts, or is there any other special support for new merchants subscribing to the fee discount marketplace at the moment?
Yes, we do. From a commercial standpoint, every merchant joining our platform through the webinar we are holding today will have a free, there is a 40 euros fee, monthly fee to join the marketplace, and it will be for free for the 6 following months. So this is one specific offer I'm happy to share with you today. Then we can also discuss, but on an individual basis, about discounts that we can do on the fulfillment service. It's very important for everyone in this room to bear in mind that our fees in terms of commissions, in terms of fulfillment service, are public on the website I displayed on the slide, marketplace.cdiscount.com. We can set up specific conditions if needed to, if it doesn't make any sense in terms of from an economical standpoint. Because in the end, we are all willing to do the same, is to provide the best product, price, and delivery to the French market.
Excellent. So, Pedro, please get in touch, and waiving the 40 euro fee for 6 months and other help for you as well. And I think that's all of the questions we've got at the moment. Oh, sorry, no, there's one more question from Stuart. Does Cdiscount sell its own products or exclusives? And does it compete with merchants? And I think the real question there is, how can a merchant best market their products on Cdiscount to ensure they get visibility? I think is the real question here.
Yeah, so it's an interesting question. There are 2 ways to run the business that marketplaces like us or like Amazon do. The first one is to not build strong links with the merchants and run, let's say, on a standalone basis, the 2 different businesses. And there is another way to do so, which is the one that we've set up, which is to gather, let's say, the core business, the Cdiscount owned offer and the marketplace, to gather these 2 business lines within one single organization. And this is exactly what we've been doing. I'm discussing with the people in charge of the core business on a daily basis in order to provide strong visibility for our marketplace merchants on business opportunities, and on the contrary, on the areas that where they will face competition, strong competition from part of Cdiscount. And in the end, it's all about communication and being able to find the right balance. But to answer your question, and I told you, I already said it in introduction, the trend, the global trend is clearly towards more and more marketplace within the entire business mix. So it's a clear opportunity for merchants.
Yeah, so very clear that the marketplace business is increasing faster, and now's the time to jump in while you've got the special deals with the waiving of the fees for 6 months at the moment. I'd like to thank you so much for your time today. It's been absolutely fascinating and a real insight into selling in France in general and Cdiscount in particular. Just for those merchants who may want to get in touch with you, can you just share your contact details once more and let people know how they can contact you?
Yes. Can you see my video? Yes. Okay. Which it makes it a bit more personal. Thank you very much to everyone around the table. Actually, if you type Sixte de Romblay, which is my name, on LinkedIn, be sure that you will only find one, because this name is not common in France. So it should be enough.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you to everyone that's attended, and especially to those of you that have been asking questions today. We'll make a replay of the webinar available very shortly on Same Day TV, and we'll also be emailing a link to a replay of the webinar to everyone that attended today. So thank you so much for your time, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.